Hello guys, Jerry speaking. Welcome to LJPCBM episode number 914. Today we react to the very OddGamer Superman 64. Now, well, it was one of the worst games ever played in the Nintendo 64. And I saw the AVGN episode twice in the episodes, and oh boy, it was the worst game ever played. And if you watch this remix, it's for you, buddy. And we react to the Very OddGamer Superman 64. Begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you.
Wow. Very OddGamer is Superman 64. Title card designed by Alan Pearson. Continue on.
Hello, Internet viewers. I'm the Fairly Odd Gamer. When it comes to well-known superheroes, there are a lot of them. While I've already covered some of them, like Batman and Spider-Man, there is one superhero that I haven't even talked about on this channel yet. With that said, let's talk about Superman. Almost everyone is familiar with the Man of Steel that is Superman. The legendary DC Comics hero was the brainchild of writer Jerry Siegel and artist Joe Shuster. While he made his debut on the first ever Action Comics issue back in 1938,
which I see in the Bob Show reviews multiple times. Continue on.
Of a short story in January 1933, which then led to the idea of the superhero. Since then, he's been adapted to many types of media such as radio serials, novels, cartoons, movies, TV shows, and even theatrical productions.
Wow.
Surprisingly, my introduction to Superman was the Fleischer cartoons via DVD sets from Good Times Entertainment. I currently own 2 of them, The Monsters and Villains and Nature and War. In fact, one of them actually has the very first Superman cartoon entitled Superman, aka The Mad Scientist, which somehow both shows and tells Superman's backstory. Though in my personal opinion, I think the original 1974 movie shows the backstory better. Anyway, a man named Clark Kent, a reporter for the Daily Planet, senses a sign of danger in which he changes into Superman as he defeats bad guys and saves his damsel in distress, news writer Lois Lane, as well as the day. Eventually, I saw the 1974 movie on television, which was awesome, by the way, as well as Superman Returns, and even Man of Steel in the theater. They were okay movies, but not as memorable as I thought they were. But of course, with a long-running franchise comes multiple video game tie-ins. Some are good, while others are terrible. But what I have in store is what many people believe is said to be the worst licensed game, let alone the worst video game of all time. You heard right, I'm going to talk about Superman. For the Game Boy. Yeah.
Ooh! Huh? I thought it was the 64 version, but oh well. Whatever.
You didn't cover that, did you? But since I don't have an original Game Boy, I'll instead be playing it on the Game Boy Advance, which I've had for many years.
Okay.
So, with that said, let's pop this into the GBA and see what this game has in store for me.
Okay.
We see that the game was made by Titus, a company that was known for the games such as Virtual Chess and Prehistoric Man, prehistoric spelled with a K. It's a side-scroller in which you beat up gunmen and collect keys in order to move on to the next level. You fire with the A button and punch as well as block balls with the B button. But trust me, this game is much harder than you think it is because these gunmen will try to shoot you down. Also, you die in 2 ways, either by losing all your health or falling into a bottomless pit. Whenever you die, you not only get a small message, but you also have a continue screen, with 15 continues already equipped. While the graphics are pretty standard for a Game Boy game, the music is actually pretty good. At least I can hear a bit of the John Williams theme in the music. I think it's an okay game overall, so I give it a pass. But obviously this is not the game you want me to review. Oh no. You want me to suffer at a game that's far worse than you can ever imagine. And if you think I'm talking about that Superman NES game made by Kemco,
no.
Eventually. But another game that's equally as worse is said to be one of the worst licensed games of all time, let alone the worst video game of all time. That's right, I'm of course talking about Superman the New Superman Adventures, or as what everybody calls it, Superman 64.
Wow.
Does it really deserve that title? Let's pop this into the N64 and find out.
Okay.
No, Gamer! Don't do it!
Shadow Flare? What are you doing here?
There's no reason to play Superman 64. This game will erase your mind!
If I can handle a game as bad as Diamond Art tomorrow, then I'm pretty sure I can handle this game.
It gets so much worse, man. This is as low as DC's games can possibly go.
Exactly, Shadow Flare. Continue on.
Even as bad as Aquaman Battle for Atlantis?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. But still, this is pretty bad. Don't do it, man.
I'm sorry, Shadow, but for my fans and the employees at CM Games at Foothills Mall, I have to suffer. First off, in order to save your game, you have to own a controller pack. Personally, I don't understand why, because you can save other N64 games without a controller pack at all. Anyway, after that, we can finally start the game. Similar to its Game Boy counterpart, this game was also made by Titus. Even the music sounds pretty stock. Oh, before I forget, this is actually a tie-in game to the Superman animated series from 1996. It was made by the same people behind the Batman animated series, which I'm not only familiar with, but I only remember one episode from the show.
You killed Captain Clown!
Wow.
Yeah, that one. While I am aware of the existence of Superman the animated series, I've never seen any episode of this show. However, I'm sure some of you out there have seen this show. If you have, then let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Anyway, back to the game. We see that Lex Luthor has trapped Lois Lane as well as two other characters I'm not familiar with in a virtual world, and it's up to Superman to save them. The game starts off with Luthor telling Superman to solve his maze in order to save his friends. I don't know if he means either flying through rings or figuring out how the controls work. Unless you have a manual, which I don't have, the only way to figure out how the controls work is by pausing the game and choosing the story and controls option. Okay, so the two other characters are Jimmy Olsen and Professor Hamilton. I guess I need to watch the show so I can find out more about these guys. In regards to the game's control, you take off or land with the Z button, accelerate with the B button, and move with the control stick. Or so I'm told. Even when I'm slightly tilting the analog stick, I still can't move Superman with accurate precision. And did I mention that this game has inverse vertical controls? Because this game has inverse vertical controls. But yeah, Superman has to fly through rings with neither enemies to fight nor obstacles to avoid while under a time limit. And now you know why this game slightly inspired the video game tie-in of Finding Nemo.
Yes.
Primarily the infamous training with guild level. Oh, and make sure you don't miss any rings while you're at it. If you somehow miss a certain amount of rings, then the game is over and you have to start that section all over again. Well, after the gauntlet of rings, you have to stop two cars from running into citizens. At least, I think that's what they are. Well, after that, you fly through more rings. Nothing less and nothing more. Once that's done, you have to carry this police car to the finish line. Unless you immediately spring into action once the mission begins, the car will be prone to explode. If at any point you lose the mission or somehow lose health, yes, there's a health meter, the game immediately ends with a message saying Lex wins. It's a good thing you have unlimited continues because if you didn't, then this game would definitely be unplayable. I'm saying the cop car, really? More rings? I stated in previous reviews that I despise unnecessary repetitiveness in a video game. Buzz Lightyear's Star Command for PS1, the Lost Ark and Barrel encounters from Oogie's Revenge,
which I did talk about in these previous LJ React episodes. Continue on.
And dare I mention the annoying Demongo battles from Samurai Jack Battle Through Time.
Again, I'll never mention what I did in LJ React episode. Continue on.
Can I at least have more variety in this game? Please? After flying through more rings, you have to take down these gunmen, Dark Shadows, who will try to shoot you down.
Wow.
Also, why must bullets hurt Superman? Isn't he supposed to be bulletproof? Or at least faster than speeding bullets? Well, as long as he's more powerful than a locomotive and or able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, I'll be fine. After flying through more rings, you then stop tornadoes with ice breath by pressing up C before it hits any wandering citizen. One more gauntlet of rings later, including some that are underwater, and the level ends with text saying Superman wins. And then it asks you to save your game, which is the only time in which you do that. Though it would be nice if you could save your game during each mission. So we're going to do support that Mala, who is 1 second in command of Krypton's Planetary Defense Force, wants to blow up the Metropolis hydroelectric dam and flood the city. And it's up to Superman to disarm the bombs before it's too late.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Apparently this
it's like a job for Body Bag. It's more like it. Okay.
has voice acting, but I can't tell if they're the same actors who voiced them in the show, or if they're voiced by other people. Again, let me know in the comments below. But look on the bright side, at least we're indoors and not outdoors, so no more having to deal with rings. Hallelujah, freaking hallelujah. However, it still doesn't change the fact that the controls in this game are terrible. I can't even walk in a straight line. That's how bad this game is. At least you have new enemies to destroy, or in some cases pick them up and throw them away before the enemy explodes. Oh, and by the way, the explosion impact can hurt you. Luckily, you can find these Superman icons to give you more health. And speaking of which, you can even throw boxes and they explode too. Don't really know why, but there you go.
There you go.
Basically, without being too redundant, these levels act like endless mazes with lots of backtracking. Remember that annoying Kelp Forest mission in Battle for Bikini Bottom? Think of these levels as that.
Which I mentioned in reaction videos before. Continue on.
Only cranked up to a whole nother level. All you have to do is find the key card that unlocks the main door to a sewer, I think, and drain out the dam while rescuing the workers. By the way, Mala, why does this so-called secret cage look like a locker room? One of them informs Superman to disarm the bombs located in 2 turbine rooms. It's here where you get a super speed power-up. By going straight, Superman can run super fast. However, I don't use it that often because I know that it could lead to glitching through the wall. Trust me, I've seen enough YouTubers glitching through that one wall by using super speed. Before unlocking the doors, you must endure a boss battle against Mala, in which you must hit one button over and over again until you win. Look! So you unlock the doors, defuse the bombs with ice breath, and the level's over. So now I must ask, what could possibly follow the monstrosity of this level?
Then there's no time to waste.
Oh no. Seriously? More rings? Except the first time wasn't boring or repetitive enough. Let's do another level in which you fly through rings. And look at this. The rings are now moving. Why? Why?
Yeah. Exactly. Why? Continue on.
It is terrible. Believe it or not, the developers actually described it as kryptonite fog, which is used to camouflage the game's poor draw distance. Okay, but what about the indoor levels? Honestly, kryptonite fog? More like a kryptonite void. Had the Phantom Zone been around in the animated series, this may be it. And it's the same thing as the last time. Fly through rings, heroic mission. 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 Fly through rings, level ends. At LexCorp, we see that only Lex Luthor knows where Superman's friends are as he searches for clues that lead to the locations of Lois, Jimmy, and Hamilton. It's here where he's introduced to heat vision. It's sort of like ice breath, only that it's lasers coming out of Superman's eyes. It's also a level that introduces this kryptonite meter, which gradually depletes your health the longer you're in a certain area. Like the dam level, it's an endless maze with backtracking to boot. Not only do you have to memorize what consoles to turn on in a given order, but you also have to solve a puzzle in which you spell the name Luthor. Eventually you make it to Lex Luthor's office where you find Brainiac, a robot-sized computer-like villain who is known for shrinking and stealing Kandor, the capital city of Krypton. Find him the same way as Mala, and he walks through him. He's a ghost! To his chair as he crashes through a window. By the way, does he ever ride his chair at all in the show? Wait, he does? Huh. Well, when does he use it?
I apologize for any discomfort, but it was important that I accurately gauge your powers.
Okay then. I guess I'll give this game credit. It actually does call like a moment from the show. And that's not saying much because the overall boss fight felt pretty lame to me.
Yes.
Finding out where Superman's friends are via note, Superman flies out of Luthor's office.
You're gonna pay for that!
So
Yeah, the SpongeBob difference. Continue on.
I must ask, what's next? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it involves rings. Why do I even bother? It's
Yeah, like whee. Continue on.
Same thing. You know what? I'm not even gonna try. Next level. At a warehouse, you have to save Lois Lane from Metallo, a robotic villain with the brain of criminal John Corbin and the heart of a kryptonite. It's pretty much the same shtick. Defeat bad guys as well as robots first shown here, puzzles to solve, and a new gameplay mechanic, an escort mission in which you escort Lois to the exit without getting attacked by enemies. But if you end up getting too far, then she will end up getting attacked, and you have to save her. After another lame boss fight, what else?
Hey, look at all these rings!
Look, I'm trying to do this review with a calm demeanor here, but the more I play this game, the more boring it gets.
Yes.
You know what's strange about it?
Exactly.
It was going to be released with a PS1, but ultimately never got released. But after watching footage of it, I can safely say that this is better than what we got.
And if you watch this remix, I don't know what to do with this gamer scene here, but that's just me, of course. Continue on.
Heck, even the beta version of Superman 64 is better than this version. Even though you're given different objectives, at least you don't have to fly through any rings. Had the developers decided to get rid of the rings and have the arrow point to where you're supposed to be, then it would have been a better game. But no, these rings were made to challenge you. Oh, they're challenging, alright.
Yeah.
To not lose your sanity when playing this game. Anyway, next. In the Daily Planet parking garage, Jimmy Olsen, the Daily Planet photographer, is held captive by parademon robots created by Darkseid. Or is it Darkseid?
Darkseid, yeah, I misspelled the names wrong. Continue on.
You pronouncing the show?
You may call me Darkseid.
Alright then, Darkseid it is. Apparently he once ruled a planet called Apocalypse. Not to be confused with the other Apocalypse. Jimmy is now rescued, but Darkseid planted a bomb so he could blow up the building. After defusing the bomb by, of course, freezing it, you fight Darkseid the same way as the others. And the level's over, right? I wish, but no. You also have to carry Darkseid and backtrack your way to the beginning of the stage where the cop car is.
Wow.
And then the level ends.
Wow.
I love rings.
And I compel these stages from ever existing. But moving on, while Professor Hamilton escaped and hid from the evil clutches of the parasite, formerly a janitor named Rudy Jones, who had transformed into an energy-draining creature, the parasite tries to trap the professor by raising the water level in the tunnel. While it's cool fighting off tanks and crab people, there's this one little problem. I can't even progress through the level. How is that even possible?
Exactly.
To summarize, you lure and trap the parasite in a force field and free the professor by turning off his force field rhythm. And let me guess, more rings?
It's like they're made for me.
Oh, they certainly are. Superman somehow ends up in a subway station where, of course, you do the same thing the last few times. Seriously, there's no essence of variety in this game. And that's the one thing I absolutely dislike in a video game. It's fine having it one or two times, but by the third or fourth time, you can easily get bored by it.
Yes.
This repetition makes me a bored man.
Yes.
You find a random guy who thanks you for saving him, I guess, and then Superman exits the subway by flying out of an exploded hole. What more can you ask for? Well, except for, hold on, in order to fully beat the game, I have to play the game on hard mode?
What?
Why didn't the game tell me that before? Alright, so change the difficulty to Superman mode, start a new game, and level skip your way to...
One more ring to rule them all.
Wait a minute, I know who that is.
Oh, hey, gamer. What's going on?
Oh, I know what's going on. You secretly told Titus to add these ring levels in Superman 64 just so you can...
Whoa! Calm down there, buddy. I don't know anything about Titus or how they're connected with rings. I mean, unless they're gold like mine, but it's probably unlikely.
Oh, I see. Oh, sorry, Sonic.
No worries, gamer. But I do know how bad of a game Superman 64 is. Even Eggman couldn't muster through this game.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, I better head off. By the way, check out my very own movie sequel on April 8th.
If you watch this remix, it's for you, boy. Comes out in August on 4K Blu-ray, DVD, and digital code. It's for you, boy. Continue on.
Don't want to miss out on it. See you later, gamer.
And by the way, the rumors on whatever the H word that is, someone, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the Oscars. I'm like, wow. And yes, that was the same thing that this movie came out, and the same thing that movie came out. Jim Carrey left show business and hang out with his family after this movie came out. Jesus. He was one of my favorite comedians of all time. I mean, jeez, what's gonna happen next after Jim Carrey left? He was one of my favorite comedians. Jeez. So, what's more into you? Continue on.
After one more plethora of rings, we end up in Brainiac's spaceship, the final area of the game. It turns out that this is where the technology was used for Lex Luthor's virtual world. and this level couldn't be any more difficult. All you have to do is find 12 pieces of a machine scattered around the level while fighting off enemies. If you manage to find all the pieces needed, then Brainiac will send you to a teleporter room in which you add up to the number 2000. Maybe it's trying to celebrate a new millennium? I don't know. Once you rescue Lois and Jimmy by pushing them in an ice cube, it's time to blow up this popsicle stand. But, uh-oh, Brainiac has finally come to stop you.
Wow.
But don't worry, because this may take the title for the worst final boss in a video game. Just laser Brainiac with his eyes until he's defeated. Just blow up the spaceship via bombs, and it ends. The good news is that Superman frees his friends from the virtual world and takes them back into the real world.
Wow.
The bad news is that Lex Luthor gets away, hoping to return another day.
And thankfully, that concludes the story mode for this game. But there's still one more thing that's yet to be talked about, and that is the multiplayer.
Hey dude, did you say multiplayer?
I sure did, Hux. Care to join?
Well, that depends. What game are you playing?
Superman 64.
Nope, not gonna do it.
Wait, but why?
Gamer, I know from experience how bad this game is. It's already been talked about to death by numerous reviewers.
Exactly. AVGN? Something like that? You know, I agree with Hawks, you know. It's just one of the worst games ever. If you watch this remix, think of it this way. Bad reviews. Bad game. Whatever it is. Continue on.
And besides, hardly anyone has ever talked about multiplayer.
That's because they don't even know it exists. Come on, Hux. Just this one time.
Okay, fine. I'll join you for this one.
Alright, let's get this over with.
Yep, you heard right. This game, for some bizarre reason, has multiplayer, which is strange because hardly anyone knows about it. And after playing through multiplayer, I can understand why. First off, you choose one of 3 stages from story mode: the town of Metropolis, Brainiac's spaceship, and the subway station. After that, you can choose one of 5 different characters such as Dark Shadows, Darkseid, Brainiac, Metallo, and Mercy Graves, who happens to be Luthor's bodyguard and chauffeur. And like single player mode, it's still pretty boring. Multiplayer fight mode is pretty much self-explanatory. Just gun down your opponent with a blaster or other items you can find scattered around the level, like missiles, a shield, and a mine, among others. The battle ends when the player goes down to 0 health. Multiplayer race mode is pretty much follow the leader, in which one player creates a trail of rings, while the other player follows the trail. But hey, you can still gun down the player creating the trail.
Wow.
That's pretty lame.
Well, what more can you expect of a game as terrible as this?
Yes.
True. Anyway, I better get going. Later, dude.
Yep. Thanks, Hawks. Do that and do something like this.
So what was I saying before I was interrupted? Oh yeah, this game blows.
Even
Yes.
if I had at least one positive thing to say about this game, it still wouldn't change the fact that this game is terrible. Graphic-wise, they're horrendous. I think this may be the lowest quality I've ever seen in regards to its celluloid graphics. Plus, the draw distance makes it even worse. Sometimes the game can even lag, even when it looks like you're slowing down. And what can I say about the gameplay? It's horrendous.
Yes.
Precision, terrible combat, and seriously, needless repetition? This is literally the one thing I despise in any video game, especially when you have to fly through gosh darn forsaken rings. Everything about this game is just bland. And that's coming from someone who hasn't even seen this show. Bland graphics, awful gameplay, and endless repetition results in one terribly executed game. Overall, Super Nintendo 64 is awful, and I want you to stay as far away from this game as possible.
It's still in my house, and I stay away from it forever. Continue on. I don't want to smash it to pieces if I were you. Continue on.
It has everything that I despise in a video game, and it can easily get you bored.
Okay.
This is without a doubt the worst licensed game I've ever played. And comparing that to Batman Ark Tomorrow, it's a masterpiece compared to this game. However, there are good Superman games out there, but that's for another time. And just recently, I hit 800 subscribers on this channel. That means I'm...
Yeah, he's getting close to 1,000 subscribers. One of the 900 subscribers is my Appalachian 94 channel and my main channel. That's a good operation right there. If you watch this, Very Odd Gamer. It's for you. He's at 915. Continue on.
200 away from reaching that 1K sub milestone.
Wow.
Until then, I'm the Fairly Odd Gamer, and I wish you all good luck the rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Take care, everyone.
The end.
How's it going, dudes? OddGamer here. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon if you want to get notified for upcoming videos.
Well said, Hux. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and some of my character buddies on TikTok. And if you'd like, you can have one of my character buddies do a short video for you via video commission. Links to all of those in the description below. And so, without further ado, I wish that one of my character buddies finished with the video.
Wow.
Hey there, folks. It's me, Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. If you liked what you saw and want to help support the channel, then be sure to check out the Fairly Odd Gamer on Patreon. As a supporter, you can chat with everyone who helped out, as well as other fans, have your name in the credits, and even watch some bonus content such as sneak peeks and even early showings of upcoming game reviews. With that said, it's my honor to present this month's shout out to Flash Figure. Thanks a bunch for watching this video, as well as supporting the channel.
So that was the Very Odd Gamer Superman 64 gameplay. I think it was amazing to react, you know. So far, the gameplay was awful, as he said earlier in the video. And so far, it was a successful video episode to watch. And that was the LJPCBM episode number 914. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. The next one's gonna be LJPCBM episode number 915, which will be about Very Odd Gamer on Barbie. Till next time, this is Joseph Bobby Baby. The good words reacts gonna be soon. Till then, saying out. See ya.
Given unto me this life I'll never take for granted, and given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening, but I tried all the time. I ask, why me? Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Perception is the question, and the giver holds the key.